this would be a continued conversation. So expect us to like wrap up this particular topic just today alone. It will be a series on the health and wellness segment. So me and Mr. Charles and myself will delve into stress. And I can see something that is already interesting me, saying, why is stress helpful? Why is stress helpful? Nobody wants to undergo stress, coupled in this day and age where people have to go through different means to achieve their goals, and achieving your goals comes with its own fair share of stress. Just like a doctor online said that it is almost impossible to live in Lagos and not say that you're stressed, no matter how time friendly your job is. Over to you, Mr. Charles.
Yes, thank you very much. You can see that we started the issue of stress. We've seen how important it is, and then we looked at some of the what is stress itself, and then some of the symptoms. There are quite a lot of them. So we are starting today is why is stress helpful? You know, we are saying some little amount of stress is very good for you to function properly. Some people have got to realize that. So, but let's see. Historically, stress was our friend. They say it acted as a protective mechanism that warned us of danger, a natural reaction that told us when to run. You know, this response is now referred to as the fight or flight, you know, response, or the stress response. So when our ancestors, you know, when they saw a cat and ran from it, it's stress saved their life. So you can see that stress is very useful. So stress has remained a part of the evolutionary drive because of its usefulness in survival. When used at the right time, stress increases our awareness with improved physical performance in a short burst. So you can see that, yes, if you use it at the right time, it's also very good. I always use the example of a student. When you give them assignment 1 week, they won't do anything. A day to submission, you will see how they will be working, and before you know what, they will have finished that assignment. So it is all about stress. Why is stress harmful? That is also very, very key. Repeated exposure of the stress response on our body is proving to lead to long-lasting psychological and physical health issues. These include cardiovascular disease, diabetes, anxiety, and depression. Let's look at it. Your continual exposure to stress, you know, your body will respond to it. And after a period of time, it's going to result to some psychological and physical health issues, which we have said: cardiovascular disease, diabetes, anxiety, and depression. Now, what's the difference between stress versus burnout? What's the difference between stress and burnout? Stress is inevitable. Like somebody have said, you know, in Lagos, you cannot live in Lagos without being stressed. Because, and most people have become used to it. You know, in the morning they wake up, they don't see it any longer as a stress, you know, because it's part of the environment. Now, we are saying, what's the difference between this stress now and burnout? Stress is inevitable, you know. You have a deadline for a project, you are stressed up, that is understandable. But burnout, isn't. We can avoid burnout. So let's see. Why stress is our response? Burnout is the accumulation of excessive stressors over time, which results in unmanageable stress level. So you can see, yes, little stress here and there, you do your work. But burnout is the accumulation of excessive stress over time, excessive stressors over time, which result in unmanageable stress levels. It's just like when you run around, you take a walk, you come back, you know, your breathing will go up, they check your blood pressure, it's up. That is for that short period of time. But when that condition continues over a period of time, your stress level goes up, unmanageable, then that is burnout, and it is not good. So according to some psychologists, first termed the word burnout in 1970, referring to the effect of extreme stress and high ideals placed on helping professionals such as doctors and nurses. So burnout does not happen overnight. It's as a result of you being exposed to stress over a period of time. Like we said, daily stress here and there is not too bad. But when you expose yourself to that same stressor over a period of time, then your stress level becomes unmanageable. It can lead to burnout, and which is a serious medical condition. So today, the word has evolved as burnout is now used more broadly to refer to the consequences of excessive stress placed on any individual, no matter their occupation. A broadcaster who will do morning belt, will do afternoon belt, will do evening belt, even night belt, of course. Little stress accumulated will lead to burnout. Excessive stress. So when we get to the point of no longer being able to cope, we are burned. We are burned out like a candle. This is where stress management can offer tools and help people avoid the unpleasant experience of burnout. So each individual, each worker, if you're a doctor, you cannot continue to see patients for a very long time. You should now know where your body is telling you. And you now say, okay, this is the level in which I can take, and you go for a rest. The same applies to you as a broadcaster. Like I have said earlier, you can't do morning belt, afternoon belt, evening belt. It will get to a point your body will begin to talk to you. At that point, I think you should just, go for a rest. Now that's where stress management come to play. So I think if time will permit us, we'll just look at some little facts about stress and burnout. Then we'll round up. Then of course we'll continue when next week for health and wellness segment. So if you are not convinced about the need to prioritize stress management, these 14 facts might help us. Let's look at it. 1. Stress has been referred to as a silent killer. It can cause heart disease, high blood pressure, chest pain, and an irregular heartbeat. That's a fact about stress. It's a silent killer. 2. Telogen effluising is a result of air loss caused by stress that can happen up to 3 months after a stressful event. So please, you have to take notes. If you are having that kind of condition, hair loss, you know that, of course, it's better to see your doctor, but you should know that these are some of the facts about stress. Stress accounts for 30% of all infertility problems in women. Stress can cause spasm in the fallopian tube and uterus. In men, it can reduce sperm count and cause erectile dysfunction, that's ED, according to Bosch 2018. Let's look at that. %30 of all infertility in women. Of course, in men also. So please, we should take stress as very serious. If we're having those kind of conditions, it's better to see your doctor, see a physician. I will take the last fact, then we'll continue from there. Researchers have found that stress worsens
acne,
more than the prevalence of
oily skin.
So if you see certain conditions in your skin, you know that it is stress. You know, some people say there is what they call eczema. That when they have eczema, they know that
They are stressed.
they are stressed out.
Man, I know about this acne one.
Okay.
Yes, it used to happen to me back then when I was
see.
in school. Especially whenever we're having like back-to-back lectures,
Okay.
no break, I get it a lot.
I see.
Yes,
So you
I
can
get
see
it
that
a lot.
that is the stress. So we'll take the last fact. Stress can cause weight gain too. So if you see yourself increasing, you should know that it's part of stress. The stress hormone cortisol has been found to cause both accumulation of abdominal fat and the enlargement of fat cells, causing disease fats. So you can see that stress is something we should take seriously. We should be trying to understand our body, and when we see those symptoms, then we should know that it's time for us to take a rest and go for a vacation, or we can also see a medical practitioner. Wow. So let me just round up for today by taking the last fact. Correlations have been found between stress and the top 6 causes of death: cancer, lung ailment, heart disease, liver cirrhosis, accident, and suicide. How does stress affect us? So you can see how it is. Top 6 causes of death: cancer, lung ailment, heart disease, liver cirrhosis, accident, and suicide. All these researchers have shown that there is a correlation between stress and these top causes of disease. We'll stop here and continue. So please, my advice will be, please go and see your physician, go and see your doctor when you are stressed out for proper medical advice. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that report. For that useful information on the health and wellness segment. However, this is where we'll wrap up the afternoon show for today. Remember to catch us tomorrow at 12 noon for a fresh episode. Also, as the week progresses, we'll roll out our plans for October 1st. Yes, we have something special planned for you on Nigeria's Independence Day celebration. But before then, have an amazing Tuesday evening. Stay blessed and God bless you. Thank you.